up, guys? This is RizzyPOW, and this is our week 1 of the NPL. I was forgetting for a second what this was, but this is week 1 of the NPL, and also, if you guys did not notice, my last upload on this channel was actually my team builder for the TBU week 4, I believe, and I've not actually uploaded the battle yet. Now, the reason for that is actually because I had the team builder recorded, and the plan was I was out of town until Thursday night, and the plan was I was gonna record it Thursday night and then end up editing it all that night and uploading it. But by the time I came home, I was so tired and I just ended up going to sleep and not recording it. And I was thinking there was no way I could record it on Friday and get it all uploaded by Friday. Almost very small chance I could. So I was gonna upload it yesterday, but on Friday I had a lot of stuff end up happening, a lot of personal issues that just prevented me from recording. So I didn't end up having a chance to do it, and then I could have uploaded 2 videos today, but I'm not really a fan of uploading 2 videos today, and it was like, obviously I want to upload the NPL because at least this one's on time, whereas the TBU is already late anyway. So I'm going to upload that tomorrow. I'm really sorry to any TBU people that obviously wanted me to upload it on time. I probably will never will probably never happen again, so that's pretty good. But I just felt like I need to explain that because my last upload was a team builder with no actual battle. So yeah, if you actually want to watch a battle, it's already up on Potato Jim's channel if you guys want to check that out. But yeah, let's just get into the battle this week. So this is week 1 of the NPL, and I actually had this battle like literally a month ago. Maybe not a month, that might be a little bit too much, but it was a really long time ago. And I did not build this team too properly. I really didn't. I was really struck for time. I did not have too much time at that time. I had a lot of stuff going on as well. I've had like a lot of stuff going on in the last couple of weeks. I think yeah, there's a lot of stuff. I don't really want to go into it too much, but a lot of stuff was just happening, and I knew we had a battle this day, me and Dylan, but I kind of just ignored it after all of this stuff happened. I didn't really feel like team building, and then the day ended up happening, and I kind of ignored it. I knew it was coming, but I kind of ignored it, and I didn't really team build too properly. But I still think we had a pretty solid team that I did end up building. So let's get right into it. If you guys want to skip into the actual battle, then there will be something in the description to go and do that. But yeah, let me just go into it real quick now. I had Torrent. So Torrent does pretty well versus this team. Actually, before this, let me actually just go ahead and let me read out my team and his team, because my my draft analysis was a really long time ago. So probably none of you guys remember that anyway. But we got Mega Metachamp, Bisharp, Scolipede, Mamoswine, Amoonguss, Jolteon, Deontay, Flygon, Armaldo, Jellicent, and Tornadus Therian. Yeah, and then today we're going to be going up against Gypsy King or Dylan. We actually battled him once before in the March Madness tournament. I eliminated him out of the brackets. He had a Stunfisk, and I brought Flame Body Talonflame versus him, which was pretty funny. But yeah, I don't know why I mentioned he had a Stunfisk. He has a Stunfisk here too, that's why I mentioned it. But his team is Weavile, Zapdos, Mega Pinsir, Metagross, Miltank, Whimsicott, Emboar, Alomomola. Hopefully he doesn't bring Bandit Alomomola, because Bandit Alomomola is a huge threat. Stunfisk, Kadabra, and Mew. So first of all, I liked Tornadus Therian versus him. It did a lot of work. And I knew that he was probably going to bring Stunfisk this match, because it actually has a pretty good matchup versus my team. For example, it can wall my Jolteon. It gives him a Tornadus check, which he does not have a proper Tornadus check. Besides this, he has Weavile and stuff, but this thing just hard counters Tornadus. Tornadus can't really do anything to it. it's just really good for in this matchup, actually. So I knew that he was probably going to bring it, so I decided to go Toxic. And obviously, I can't go AV with Toxic. And even if I could, I don't know if I'd want to go AV versus him. I mean, it could be kind of nice. But I ended up deciding with Yachi Berry. I was thinking about Sky Plate, and I was thinking about some other stuff. But when I ended up finishing this team, I knew that I wanted Yachi Berry because I was a bit weak to Weavile. And this gives me kind of a lure for Weavile. I can get a Heat Wave off and do a lot of damage to it. Now, I could have ran Superpower instead of Heat Wave, but I also wanted a way to hit his Metagross for a lot of damage, so I ended up going with Heat Wave. It doesn't OHKO it, but it gets like 90% off on Weavile, which is alright with me, because if he's a Life Orb, then it's going to kill him. So that was the thought process with that. Yachi Berry just helped me out with the Weavile. And then my next mon I decided was Jolteon. So originally I was thinking Specs because I did not realize what a huge threat Stunfisk could have been to this team, but then I realized that Stunfisk was actually pretty good. But besides Stunfisk, Jolteon has a really good matchup. So I thought Sub Baton Pass would be really nice because as he switches on into Stunfisk, I can get a substitute, I can pass it, and especially because Stunfisk is not the most powerful mon, he can't break a lot of my subs, and I can also predict, like for example, if he goes for an Earth Power versus me, I can always sub up, and well, there's not really much. I could get a sub up into Tornadus Therian, get a Hurricane off, maybe confuse it, and if it's Toxic, it's just gonna wear it down really quickly. So Hidden Power Ice obviously is pretty much there just for his just for that one mon Stunfisk, so I can actually hit it, because otherwise there's no reason for it. I think Electricity is neutral on everything else on his team, so that's what I was thinking Specs originally, but I ended up going with Subpass Jolteon, which is pretty good versus his team. Also, my next mon is Mamoswine. Life Orb Mamoswine, just overall, it is very good. I thought he might have brought either Alamomola for it or Miltank, so I had Superpower to hit Miltank, and just this hits his team overall. I was out of feeling that Alamomola might come, but what can you do? I could have ran Freeze Dry, but he can also EV himself to be able to take any hit from Mamoswine. I could have ran Toxic as well to weaken the Alamomola, but you know, it wasn't just worth it to me. Plus I had Toxic on 2 mons, so I was probably gonna get a Toxic off on it eventually. The next mon was Scolipede. Now originally when I wanted to run the Scolipede, I knew the Cobra Bear was gonna be pretty nice. I was also thinking Toxic Spikes, because Toxic Spikes is just really nice for his team, but I wanted a win con, so I went with Swords Dance in the end. Mega Horn plus Rock Slide. Rock Slide, this is also a lure for his Mega Pinsir. Rock Slide will kill it, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Now Scarf Bisharp, this is very nice versus team because it allows me to check mons like Weavile, Mega Pinsir, and just overall does a lot of damage to his team. It also lets me hit Mew hard, and yeah, so that's pretty much it. Not much thought into all of this. And then Deontay, so that was pretty good. Deontay, just for reliable rocks and stuff, it can do some damage to his team. His stabs are pretty nice, plus I can get Toxic off on certain Pokemons. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I did not have too much thought going into this team. I kind of wish I made it better and spent more time on the team. Kind of upset about that, but I still think it was a pretty solid team. It's very hyper offensive, as you can tell. I just have one thing to get up rocks and just 5 offensive Pokemon, but yeah, it's in my opinion, it's pretty good. Now, talk about the EV spreads. I think this helps me take a Weavile Icicle Crash a little bit better with the Yachi Berry. This just to outspeed certain Pokemon. Let's see. Okay, this right here, this allows me to take a +2 quick attack after rocks from Mega Pinsir. This is what the investment does with the Cobra Berry. Yeah, so then Bisharp right here, this well, no, there's no real investment. This is just max defensive. I was just thinking it would help me wall stuff like Mega Pinsir, and Weavile would help me versus that and stuff like that. So yeah, that is pretty cool, and let's get right into the news. No, let's get right into the battle. Alright, we are here with the actual battle up against Gypsy King, and yeah, just looking at the matchup, he did bring the Stunfisk, so the Toxic on Tornadus is going to be pretty damn useful. And you got Mew right there, which is probably going to be his check to Mega Medicham. Also, I forgot to say, in the Team Builder, I did not bring Mega Medicham for a couple of reasons. He had a lot of checks in Mega Medicham, okay? He had Mega Pinsir to check it, and he also had probably the best counter to it in the game, not in the game, but like one of the best counters in it being Mew. So it obviously affected the way that he prepped because he had to bring like a more defensive Mew, so that's kind of nice. But I did not actually ended up bringing it. So yeah, maybe I should have, maybe I shouldn't have. But you know, I ended up not doing it. Now, just looking at his team, I thought Yachi Berry Tornado was going to be a great lead because if he led, except if he led off with Stunfisk, which I highly doubt he would have led with it. And if he led, like for example, was Embor versus Torn, I would have probably Toxic right there, anticipating the Stunfisk switching, or depending on like what threat I could have Toxic or just attacked. So I'm just going to lead off with my Thundy. It does pretty well as he leads off with his Weavile. So I am Yachi Berry. So I'm just going to stay in here, go for the Heat Wave. I will be able to live an Ice Cold Crash unless I get flinched. I mean, if I get flinched, I'll still live it, but it'll just make me sad and I'll die. Or I'll just be forced out. But he actually decides to go into Stunfisk. So I'm going to just go for the Toxic right here. I do miss as he goes for a Toxic of his own. I knew I could have taken a Discharge pretty well. It would have sucked if I got paralyzed. But I went for a Toxic again. Probably should have switched out because he gets a ton of damage off on me, and plus the Toxic damage. I'm not going to switch out because I want to get some health back. I go straight up for the U-turn. I almost get knocked out by Rock Helmet damage. I was poisoned anyway, so he couldn't have static me. And I'm just going to go for the substitute right over here because, you know, I went into Jolteon to threaten out Almamola. I'm just going to keep on spamming HP Ice because he's going to get up rocks. Toxic is going to weaken this thing. And, yeah, I'm just going to keep on HP icing. I get a crit. It finally breaks my sub, and I'm just going to go for a sub again because after one more Toxic hit, he will be in range of the Hidden Power Ice, and that is great. Now, this Stunfisk is really weakened, which means Jolteon and Tornadus can't have a better time, although Tornadus is about to die. But, now right here, I do Baton Pass the sub out into Bisharp, and he makes a better play, goes for Aura Sphere. I kind of expected him to have Aura Sphere, especially because we saw Aura Sphere. He's probably a Cobra Berry Mew. Just looking at it, probably that's what he is. I'm not gonna let that happen, as I'm just gonna go out into my Scolipede, expecting another Aura Sphere, and I can hit this thing hard with a Mega Horn or do some shenanigans. So I'm just gonna go for Protect right there to make sure that I outspeed him, because I have very little speed investment on this Scolipede, more in offense, and bulk is in this Scolipede. So I'm just going to go for another Protect, kind of see what he wants to do. And next, I'm just going to go on my Deontay because I know I can take a knockoff, and I want to get my Rocks up, although I want to get a Toxic off first because Almamola is really annoying to my team. If I Toxic it, it'll help Mamoswine a lot. As he just switched out his immune. Now, getting a Toxic on this is very nice too because getting it weaker in range of Cobra Berry knockoff is still going to be nice. Right here, I get a Toxic off on that. I also get my Rocks up, which is nice for a lot of threats on his team. It's going to weaken Weavile and Mega Pinsir, so that's nice. I go for the Moonblast right there, finally taking out his Stunfisk, as he's now going to go in his Weavile, and he's just going to take me out. So I have a lot of things I can do here, or I actually... Tornadus is too weak and it can't take an Icicle Crash, and I'm just going to go out into my Bisharp, and I'm just going to go for a Stone Edge right here. I was thinking about going for a knockoff. If I got for a knockoff, that would have actually been really nice, because you'll see later in the game, but I decided to go for a Stone Edge because, one, it would have killed this thing, plus his switch was probably going to be an Embor, and I would be able to get a lot of damage off on Embor. If he was offensive, it would have been doing about 40 to 50%, and that damage would have been really nice. If I went for knockoff, it would be... Like, knockoff would have obviously been better because I would love to get rid of this thing's item, and still Stone Edge isn't doing like a ton of damage, but it does not kill his Weavile, and I wanted to make sure, like, in case you did not think I was Scarf and you just went for the low kick, then yeah, I expected to want to switch out into Embor, but still, yeah, I just went for the Stone Edge right here. That's going to do a lot of damage, telling me that he's pretty bulky. And you can see his amazing nickname right here, A-Drive IRL. So right here, I'm going to be forced to sack off the Tornadus. He actually has a low kick, which was really interesting to me. So I'm going to go into Mamoswine. I was really scared this thing was scarfed because he has his low kick, which is kind of weird. But I did not really have much better of a play because my Scolipede could not kill at this range. Jolteon could not kill at this range, and I was also scared if he was a V, because I could definitely have seen that. And you're going to see what item he is in a little bit. He is not Scarf, but he is Shuckaberry. So he was a lure, and that takes out my Maelstrom, which was that was really bad, and that hurt me a lot. So that kind of sucks. I'm going to now go out into my Scolipede, and I'm just going to drop this Rock Slide. I know that he's pretty bulky. I know I'm going to outspeed, so I just get that nice thing off. I'm going to switch out one more time, which unfortunately after Rocks, he can kill me with a quick attack, because even with the Cobo Berry, because I'm going to be so low, which kind of sucks, but you know, it's what you got to do, whatever. Now I'm going to go on to this thing. I know I can take a Scald, and he can't break my sub, so I'm just going to go for the sub right over here. As he goes on a Mew, and right here, I went for the Thunderbolt. Now, if I went for the Thunderbolt earlier instead of just Baton passing my sub out into Bisharp, I would have been in a much better position, because this thing would be a lot more weakened, which I should have done, definitely, but I didn't end up doing that. I'm just going to go for Thunderbolt. He's going to go for the Aura Sphere just in case I want to Baton pass that thing out, and right here is not in range of a, he's not in range of a Thunderbolt just yet. So I want to switch out into Bisharp, because I didn't expect him to go for the Aura Sphere. I expected him to go for the Psychic right here. I could have also subbed again. That was another option. Probably my better option, especially since he went for Defog. Actually, if I went for a substitute right there, I could have been in a really good position, because then he would be in range of Thunderbolt. I would have killed his Mew, and then like he had nothing to revenge kill it. I would have actually, would I have won? Maybe I wouldn't have, but yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'd have been in a really good position if I subbed right there. That was probably a misplay. But I did go into Bisharp. I do get a +2 boost. It's not that big of a deal, because I was thinking that I should lock myself into Knockoff right over here, because I didn't want Mega Pinsir to get a kill. And maybe I should have still done that, because I got a lot of damage off. But I ended up going for the Iron Head and killing this thing off with that. Which probably a misplay, because now Alomomola comes in. Alomomola is probably going to come in anyway, but if I had Knockoff, I could have still gotten rid of its item, and then I don't know, because I still wanted Bisharp to be able to check his Weavile. That's why I wanted to keep it around. I did not want to die. So that's why I did that. I would have rather Alomomola been baited in instead of Mega Pinsir. And Trev was telling me I should have gone for the Knockoff, but that's the reason that was the thought process going inside my head. I did not want to give a free switch out into Mega Pinsir, because Knockoff would have not killed and he would have gotten a kill, and I did not want Bisharp to die, because that was my only check left to Weavile. So that kind of sucks. Now I'm just gonna go for the what happened? I ended up switching out from Jolteon into this, because Ice Shard will kill me at this range, I think, or if it doesn't kill me, it'll put me in range of Quick Attack. So he ends up knocking my Scarf off, which pretty much sucks, because now I cannot revenge kill this thing. So pretty much I have lost this game. That was my one chance to kind of win, me going out into Bisharp and hoping maybe he went for Icicle Crash, but no, he did not. So I just straight up lost, which kind of sucks. Yeah, because now I'm in range of Quick Attack. So it was a really close game. Jolteon could have come through at the end. I feel like I could have made different plays that would have helped. And right here, I was thinking it was going to be a 1-0, because I had Cobo Berry, and he was probably going to go for Quick Attack. And I just made the safer play in going for the Protect, which kind of sucked. But yeah, I do that right over there, and yeah, that kind of sucks. So now Alomomola is going to be able to kill off my Scolipede. Now, there was a misplay that I did do at some point that I'm also going to go over. Where was it? It was right here. So, no. Yeah, I was right here. So, after Bisharp died, okay, I was debating on whether to go out into Scolipede or Jolteon. Now, Jolteon was I should have not gone to Jolteon, because Jolteon was definitely my win condition. It literally destroys everything on his team. And I should have gone out in Scolipede. What this would have done is potentially force a 50-50 in case I would have won. Now, I might be wrong about this, but this is what I think would have happened. I gone out into Scolipede right here, and I would have either had to, you know, he might have switched out on my Protect to Alomomola. Yes, he could have done that. Or I could have ended up protecting and then killing off his his Weavile with a Rock Slide or Mega Horn or whatever I want to do. And then I'd have gotten rid of Weavile, which meant that Jolteon would have won at that point, okay? Because he doesn't have an Ice Shard damage off on me. He can't get Ice Shard damage off on me, okay? But if he switched on a Weavile, obviously I wouldn't want to protect. Now, I wouldn't know, so it'd be a 50-50. I'd have to either protect, expecting to stay in, or I could have gone for a Swords Dance and then Scald. If it didn't get the burn, then I could have Swords Danced again, or just went for 2 Mega Horns and killed off his Alomomola. And then, no, I would have still lost. Yeah, because Quick Attack. Yeah, because if I got weakened by Alomomola, then I would be in range of Quick Attack or even Ice Shard from either one of those, and then Ice Shard plus Quick Attack would kill Jolteon. It would have definitely been a 1-0 then. But yeah, I guess I couldn't have won that. There are some plays I could have made differently. Overall, this was a really close match. It was only a 2-0, so I'm not too upset. I kind of came into this match expecting I would lose because, as I said, there's a lot of stuff going on, so I wasn't really confident in the team and everything. I thought it was a pretty damn competitive match. I thought it was a pretty good match, a really entertaining match. So I was pretty happy about that. I was pretty happy it was pretty close. But yeah, definitely looking over it, I could have made some different plays. There are a lot of 50-50s that I could have made. Kind of sucks that he was Shuckleberry. If I did knock off instead of Stone Edge, I might have been able to win that because like he would have had to take a Earthquake. I don't know if I would have won that still, but like it would have helped a lot. You know, I would have gotten rid of a Shuckleberry and that would have been really, really nice because then I could check it with my Mamoswine. But obviously that didn't happen. Overall, this was a pretty good game. Make sure to go check out Gypsy King. I forgot to say that in the earlier in the video, but he's a really, really cool dude. I've known him since the MMT, so that's, I mean, it's not that long, but he's still a really cool dude. So I'm pretty happy to have battled them. Hopefully we end up battling sometime again because we're 1-1 now, man. I need to get this positive. I mean, I don't know what differential I beat him in the MMT, so maybe I have the higher, but still I want to be 2-1 against him, man. I want that happen. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.